Hi, my name is Kent Raymond, and I would like to welcome you to the October 2011 Well-Being Index report. As you might recall, the Well-Being Index is composed of 6 different domains that holistically measure the well-being of our country. In this report, we'll give an update on all 6 domains for the month of October. Starting off, the overall Well-Being Index composite score, which reached its all-time high with a score of 67.4 in May 2010, was statistically flat this month in October and came in at a measurement of 65.6. The Life Evaluation Index, which is largely tied to an individual's socioeconomic status as well as physical and emotional health, slipped slightly to 46.8 in October, its lowest point since July 2009. The Emotional Health Index, which uncharacteristically dropped 1 full point to 78.4 in August, improved slightly to 78.6 in October. This improvement is due in large part to an increase in the percentage of Americans experiencing happiness and those who smiled and laughed a lot of the day yesterday. Those two numbers improved to 87.5 and 82.2% respectively. As you'll recall, we typically see the Healthy Behavior Index jump during the summer months of July and August, and then start to erode in September before bottoming out at the end of the year in December. Following this trend, the October Healthy Behavior Index did drop slightly from last month and came in at 63.0. Despite this drop, there is reason to be excited about the Healthy Behavior Index, as the percentage of Americans who exercise 30 minutes at least 3 days in the last week improved to 52.2%, the single highest percentage for the month of October since the inception of the Well-Being Index. Moving on to the Physical Health Index, which tends to bottom out around February or March and hit its peak in July and August due to seasonal effects, declined in September and again in October to 76.1. Daily colds and flu have continued their inevitable ascent in October, up to 7.3% and 2.1% respectively. Both of these are in line with seasonal expectations, and we anticipate that they will continue to climb until peaking around February. The Work Environment Index, which hasn't been above 49 since September of 2009, did actually show some signs of life in October, improving to 48.0, its highest point since January. Keeping this in perspective, though, the Work Environment Index was above 50.0 all 12 months of 2008. So it's never really recovered from the recession, and with the exception of this month's score, has only worsened in 2011. The final index is the Basic Access Index, which reveals that Americans continue to struggle with having access to the basic necessities of life, as demonstrated by a low score of 81.2 in October. A significant contributor to this low score is found in the percentage of Americans with enough money to buy food at all times in the last 12 months. This figure has continued its downward spiral to 79.8% in October. This is only the second time in the lifespan of the Well-Being Index that this metric has fallen under 80%. So quickly recapping the October Well-Being Index findings, the overall well-being composite score remained relatively flat, with drops in the life evaluation, physical health, healthy behavior, and basic access indices, and slight increases in the work environment and emotional health indices. Breaking from the mold of previous Octobers, the percentage of Americans exercising increased, and it will be interesting to pay close attention to this number in November as the holidays will come upon us. Thanks so much for tuning in for the October 2011 Well-Being Index findings. We look forward to seeing you in November.